minus. We'll see how this goes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Purls and Pyrs podcast. I am your host, Nina, otherwise known as Ine, on Instagram, Pinterest, Ravelry. To new viewers, thank you so much for checking me out, and to returning viewers, thanks so much for joining me. Welcome back. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a podcast. My mom came to visit me for a few weeks, and she left the 14th. And then it was just kind of catching up on everything. We've got, lots of different life stuff going on. Obviously it's summertime, so there's, lots of stuff to do with keeping the kids busy, keeping them on track. Megs has summer reading. They're reading Great Expectations this year. So yeah, got to keep up with that so that we're to a good place by the end of this month. And then my in-laws are coming to visit also at the end of this month. So getting the house ready for another visit. They're not going to be staying here. They're staying at a hotel, but obviously they'll come over and hang out during the day, and we'll also be going and doing stuff and things like that. So just making sure that things are kind of cleaned up. And I also like to do a little bit of a more deep clean before school starts again, because then we're busy with homework and everything else and there isn't time. So that's all kind of been happening. This weekend we painted bookcases. So Meg's had 2 bookcases that my husband built for their room, and they were originally painted red with gold edgings, and now they've decided that cottagecore is the aesthetic that they're going for, and kind of dark red with gold edgings is definitely not that. So we went for white, and it took like 3 coats. Took a lot to do. And so then Sunday I was just like completely exhausted. I also did some cleaning and other stuff. Oh, and I wound a bunch of yarn on Sunday. So I was like, what did I even do on Sunday? I don't even remember. But yeah, I wound yarn. I did a bunch of laundry. So I'm all caught up on laundry. Changed all of the bedding all over the house. We finally have towels in the cabinet, adult things. But anyway, that's a lot of life stuff. And I don't apologize, because that's just part of what's going on. So if you're watching this, I assume you want to hear about my life. So for this week, I don't think I have any finished objects. No, I do not have any finished objects this week. I had a lot last time. But I have started some new things. I have some more progress on whips. I have a couple of sweaters that I'm going to cast on very soon. One of them, at least, I shared whenever I podcast, 3 weeks ago, I guess. But I've actually wound the yarn up for that. And then since I finished my test knit, I got my Samantha Gives You a Free pattern. So I got the bonfire tee, and I had been wanting to knit that one. So I've also wound up the yarn for that one. So I think one of those, the Wild Roses or the bonfire tee, might be my warm weather Rhinebeck sweater. Because you never know with Rhinebeck, right? It could be really cold because it's in October. It's kind of mid-October. And New England can be very fickle then. It can be like the last hurrah of summer and be hot and sunny, or it could be extremely cold, or it could just be rainy. Excuse me, take your pick. It could be any of those things. And so I kind of plan now to have a couple of options. Plus, this year we're getting an Airbnb close to India Entangled. So we're going to stay for the whole Rhinebeck weekend, which is awesome because my friend Sue is coming from Canada, hopefully, So I'll get to visit with her. I think Lindsay's not coming this year. She does like an every other year for Rhinebeck, so she's not going to come. But yeah, I think it'll be really nice to also be able to go on the Sunday, because when we go to Rhinebeck just for the Saturday, like it's kind of rushed because you've got all of the stuff you need to see, and then like kind of need to get out of there by like 2 o'clock so that we can drive back and kind of make it back at a reasonable hour to my house. And the drive is like 3 or so hours. But yeah, my friends Jen and Andrea are also coming. We're going to go to India Entangled and Cake Palooza, both of which we really like. And because we've got this Airbnb, we'll be able to like make food and eat together and have all of our snacks we want and like good coffee and all of that yummy stuff. So I'm very, very excited. But anyway. All right, we're like 6 minutes in and I've shown you absolutely nothing. So we're going to go kind of in order of what things are around me, because I just sort of have stuff around me. Josh took the kids to the lake. I'm hoping he'll be gone for at least 30 minutes so that I can show everything. Let's hope. Before I continue, though, I'm wearing my Laurel tee. This was knit out of a mini skein set from Mothie and the Squid. They're like rainbow minis. They're speckly. I used No Maker's tweed for this and this. Unfortunately, the black did like bleed a lot right here. So you can see there's purple bleeding into like all of the color work on this side. But I still enjoy wearing it. It's still a fun tee. Whatever. I put a lot of time into it. And this is my co-host, Hubble. Ada was barking earlier. She's in the little area between the dining room and the stairway. So she's kind of in the hallway laying down. So Hubble's going to hang out with us. He's going to give me a pure paw. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate your support. All right. So my first whip is a sock. So this is out of Wool and Vine Yarns on the Wilderness base, which has mohair in it. It's the Goth Day Cake colorway. And then I used Plies and Hellhounds Marie Cutie base in Deny This. This is left over from some socks that I made for Josh. And this is left over from my Fall Frolic sweater. So yeah, I've got the first sock. I'm now doing the gusset of it. And I'm using this yarn thingy. Yarn Swift? I don't know. Spool that Sue made for me. I think I showed it the last episode. And since I'm leaned over here, I will go ahead and show this too. This is a new cast on that I did. It's also twisted up. Sorry, it's twisted up in a long cable. All right, so this is a new cast on. It is the Outfoxed Mitts. I don't know who they're by. I'm sorry. And it's on a chart keeper, so I can't really take it off nicely. But it is a colorwork mitten, or fingerless mitt pattern. I did this in, I don't know, like a day. Kind of worked on it a little bit. So I've started doing the thumb gusset. This is the bottom of the fox. So you can see like its front legs. It's got a curled front leg kind of up like this, and one is down. And then this is back end. And on the palm, the tail wraps around to the palm, which I think is a cute design feature. And then the palm otherwise has just these long straight lines. So here you can see the thumb gusset forming a little bit better. I'm using, I think it's Shibui sock. Yep, Shibui sock. This is very old yarn. This is yarn that I purchased when we still lived in Ohio, so it's at least 8 years old. And then I'm doing it with West Yorkshire Spinners 4-ply in the milk bottle colorway, so just cream colored. So this is the first mitt, and I've got a little progress keeper on there from Hannah from the Corner of Craft. She hand beads these little progress keepers. I really love them. They're so light and nice. So this little pumpkin I got last fall, I think. Okay, so those are the outboxed mitts. And then I showed this. This was on my last podcast. Okay, so these were just started on my last podcast. So these are socks for my son. They are West Yorkshire Spinners in the something lights. Very lights. Christmas colorway, so it is a sparkle base. And then I did a contrast cuff, heel, and I'll also do the toe, which I'm about ready to start in. This is the chocolate mint colorway, which is meant to complement the green. So it's a solid green and then these variegated stripes. I think they heard thunder, so they're probably headed home. So I'm going to be a little bit quick. So we have a very fast episode this week. Yeah, so that's my first sock. I do 60 stitches. It's just a vanilla sock for him. And then I've also been working on my 3x1 rib tank top from the Joe Sharp Knit Volume 5, magazine. So I'm really close to here. So it's kind of like a square neckline. So it's meant to be knit in pieces and then sewn together, but it's literally 2 pieces of ribbing. I'm like, I can knit this in the round. There's no reason not to knit this in the round. And then it had you pick up stitches for the straps, knit them and sew them down. I'm just going to bind off to where those stitches would have been picked up and kind of slide them onto a stitch holder, bind off some more, slide onto a stitch holder, or knit onto a stitch holder, I don't know. Bind off, boom. Yeah, I hear the thunder too. Okay. So anyway, I'm really close on that. This is knit out of Plies and Hellhounds on the penny base. This is the book cart colorway. It's a really pretty, warm brown with cinnamon tones. I love it. It's going to be such a nice, layering piece. But yeah, you can see, it's really close. Basically, it's just because it has to stretch to fit over my chest. That eats up some of the length. So I need to try it on again, which is why that long cable was out. But yeah, it's been my carrying around project for going to lunch, all that good stuff. Oh, I'll show that one. Then my old Beat sweater. This one I think is going to be my Rhinebeck sweater. If it's cold, my cold Rhinebeck sweater. So this is the Old Beat sweater by Marcella Chang. I started my first sleeve, so you can see I've got that much of it done. You can't really see from far away, that pale pink stripe kind of disappears. But I used this pale pink, this darker pink, and this green. I was waiting on another skein of this dark green to be able to continue, and I was able to get a couple of them from a fellow Raveler. So now I can complete my sweater, and I did a really long rib on the bottom because I was kind of going for that sweater girl kind of look from the 50s, because that's what it reminds me of. So this is, I think, 4 inches of ribbing at the bottom, but I love the way it fits. It's really nice. And yeah, I just need to continue with the sleeves. So that is, you know, kind of getting work done in the background. The yarn is all discontinued, so I'm not going to tell you what it is because you can't get it. Okay, and then this one is my second fall frolic, but I'm making it into a summer sweater inspired by Gabby's version. She did like short sleeves and then she did the ribbing in 2 colors to pull in the same kind of design. So I'm going to do that as well. So my colors here are this pink with rainbow speckles, which is Hamster Unicorns from Chromatic Yarns, which is Hannah's whatever yarn company, the Corner of Craft. And then the gray is Hey Sister Yarn Co. in Favorite Tee. Yeah, so I'm alternating skeins. I'm on the body now. I'm not doing any waist shaping. I just kind of want this one to be like a loose, nice, light summer tee. But yeah, I'm definitely getting there on the body. Again, this is one that I just kind of pick up when I need to mindlessly knit. I've got another of Hannah's stitch markers on there. It's a little sheepy. And I've also got a sheepy Progress Keeper from Wee Ones. So this one's all very sheepish. And it is in my Pyrs bag that Sue made for me, who is Crafty Knitter Sits and Reads, and she has the Distant Stitches podcast with Jaded Knitter. Okay, am I working on anything else? I feel like yes. Okay. Yep. Okay. And then I finished the first of my celebration socks. This is the Cozy Knitter on the Bliss base, and it was a sock set that my friend Jessica sent to me, I think for my like 5-year podiversary. I'm at almost 10 years of podcasting now. But it has this really nice mint green contrast. I don't think I've cast on for this. I have not cast on for the second one yet because I used the needles that I was using to do Joshua's socks because he really needs more socks. So I was like, that's fine. This can kind of sit in the bag. So the rest of the yarn is in here. And when those sock needles are free, I will cast on and get started on those. So that's basically all of the things I've been working on. I've also been working on Josh's sweater, but it's not like that visible what progress has been made because I'm just working down the body. I decided to just keep working down the body because I didn't want to have extra ends to weave in. And if I was going to use a different skein of yarn, I would prefer it to be the sleeves kind of a different color than the body a different color because I think it's a little bit less jarring if the sleeves are a little bit off than if you've got like the body to here and then all of a sudden you change colors or add a new colored skein in. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to knit the body and we'll see how it goes. So I'm just round and round and round all the way down for that. Yeah, otherwise I haven't really bought anything. I don't think I've brought in any yarn. Nope. I have not brought in any yarn. I haven't purchased really any patterns. But I did wind up the yarn, like I said, for my Wild Roses tee. So now I've got it all ready to go. It's going to be this color, Juniper. From Plies and Hellhounds, it's the tweed base. I think Erin is the name of it. Hang on. Okay. And then the other thing I'm going to do is the bonfire tee, and I'm going to do it with these So this one is Salt Prints. I bought myself 2 skeins of it for my birthday this year. So it's kind of a light mauvey lilac color. And then I'm gonna do color work with this one as the contrast. And this is Sonder. It's from the Advent calendar 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Because last year was the sock sets. The year before was the nectar base. And the year before that was tweeds. So yeah, that's going to be the main body. This is going to be the color work portion, or the contrast color. And I'm going to cast one or both of those on relatively soon. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Yeah, I don't have anything else to talk about. So I will let you guys go. Short and sweet, 20 minutes. Thank you to everyone who commented on prior episodes and who gave me some podcast suggestions. I'm definitely going to check those out. I appreciate it. And yeah, let me know if you think of any other podcast suggestions you might like, or that you think I might like. And I will talk to you all later. I hope you get time to do the things that you love, and take care. I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hey everybody. So I thought I'd give you a little garden update as well. So all of our tomatoes are currently ripening. So we are starting to get tomatoes finally. I'm going to switch hands here. Holding Ada's leash, and she has decided we're just gonna lay down. We got like really close to the door, and that's it. Okay, so we've got, these are kind of Roma tomato, I think. So we've got a couple of those that are ripe there and there. Then we've got, these are called Sweet 100s. So there's a bunch of those, like lots of these little thingies. We've got a couple off there, but they're really just starting to ripen. These are the beefsteak tomatoes. So we've got one, it's an heirloom tomato in there. They're taking a little bit longer just because they're so big. And then this one, we don't have any heirloom tomatoes that I see, which is sort of a bummer. I don't think we got any flowers at all off of that one. Oh, no, okay, I see. It's the second vine right there has them all. So like it has one vine that has nothing and one vine that has all of them on it. We also were having an issue with blossom end rot because it was raining so much. And like it wouldn't rain for a while, and then it would rain a ton. Radishes have basically been a complete failure. So we were succession planting radishes, and these are big enough that they should have a radish on them, but the radishes are very, very tiny. You can see there, that's basically it. Here, I'll pull it up so you can see. Just a tiny little bulb of a radish, and now it's starting to go to flower. So I don't think we're gonna get anything from radishes this year, and I'm not sure what we did wrong. We planted them very early when they were supposed to be. We did them every 2 weeks, and we have got absolutely zero radishes. The sweet peas over there are basically done. This is all of our carrots and beets. We don't have any beets, just the leaves. The carrots are pretty good, but they're still small. But again, they're supposed to be a fall crop, so that's fine. Over here, our black raspberry is done. So Josh trimmed off a bunch of the stuff that isn't going to make any more fruit. The floricanes from this year. And then you can see like there's some bright green inside. Let's go inside here. these are the primo canes that will then make the fruit for next year. So we're kind of trimming away to make room for those. And then this raspberry has really shot up, so hopefully this will give us something. Oh, there's a chipmunk over there on the stone wall. So cute. This is the Big Daddy blackberry that we bought, so it's grown up a bunch, but it's doing this weird thing where it's like really squished in on itself, and we think it's just because it's the first year. We've been trying to kind of clear out so it's not just so dense. Ada's now eating grass. We got all of our currants already, so those plants are kind of done for the season. That's these. I think I couldn't remember the name of them last time I did a video, which was silly. I just couldn't remember the word currant for some reason. Our salmon berries back here have grown a ton, so they'll be in good shape for next spring. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, nice. This speedwell slash, I think this is like butterfly weed. It finally bloomed, so that's nice. And the speedwell also bloomed. I feel like I come out now and kind of there's different stuff every time to see. This area has really grown over with grass. We did some like planting of grass clover mix, and it's kind of taken over, so we have to weed it out so that the strawberries can continue to get sun while they put their runners out for next year. But our strawberry crop was amazing this year, so I'm very excited for them to do more. But we wanted this all filled in, so obviously our soil and stuff wouldn't run off, and anchors everything in there. Good to have some green stuff growing. So yeah, that's basically it. We're kind of between fruit seasons right now, so we're sort of waiting for our raspberries to come in, and our peaches are not ripe yet. It's probably going to be another. So this is our peach tree right here, the oldest one. We have other peach trees that we just planted, but obviously they're not going to make fruit for years. But this one has peaches on it. They're just not ripe yet. Good grief. Now it won't focus. There we go. So yeah, just a little update for you.